Question number 12, Tamatha Paul.
Nā koe te māngai he pātai ki te minita take ture. Why are Māori disproportionately overrepresented in prison populations in Aotearoa?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Paul Goldsmith.
Mr. Speaker, it is a sad reality that Māori are overrepresented in prison, and nobody is happy with that fact. The consistent focus of the justice system over many decades has been to reduce that overrepresentation, and it has proved very difficult. As to why, there will naturally be a variety of opinions, but at one level, the makeup of the current prison population primarily reflects offending rates in New Zealand. As the recent Long-Term Insights briefing on imprisonment in New Zealand outlined, quote, most people serving sentences in prison in New Zealand have been convicted of serious sexual or violent offending. New Zealand prisons are not full of people in prison for minor charges. It is also a fact, Mr. Speaker, that Māori are disproportionately overrepresented as victims of crime in New Zealand, which is why this government is focused on restoring real consequences for crime and reducing the number of victims of crime. That is our primary focus in the justice sector, regardless of ethnicity.
He pātai tāpere. Does the Minister agree that it is important for corrections to accurately record the ethnicity of incarcerated people? And if so, why hasn't the government implemented Action 5.1 of the Hokairangi strategy to, quote, accurately record ethnicity, descent and iwi affiliation consistent and in conjunction with Stats New Zealand standards and iwi?
Well, Mr. Speaker, that is probably a question best directed to the Minister of Corrections, but I'm sure every effort is made to accurately record data.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yep.
Just that I wasn't able to get a good answer to my question because of jurisdiction.
There's a
lot of noise
in the gallery, so I can't hear you. Speak clearly into your microphone.
Yeah. So for context, Mr. Speaker, my question is about the overrepresentation of Māori in prison populations. Originally, it was directed to the Minister of Corrections, but was redirected to the Minister of Justice. My supplementary question just now, asking about the Hokairangi strategy, was not answered because it is within the delegation
I'll tell you what, ask your question again? Because if the government has decided that this is the Minister who can answer it, we should expect an answer.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I'll repeat my question. Does the Minister agree that it is important for corrections to accurately record the ethnicity of incarcerated people? And if so, why hasn't the government implemented Action 5.1 of the Hokairangi strategy to, quote, accurately record ethnicity, descent and iwi affiliation data?
Well, into the first part of the question, yes.
Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Does the Minister think that defunding the police and letting offenders go without prosecution have any chance of helping innocent Māori victims?
No, I don't think that would be helpful to Māori victims of crime, and that certainly appears to be the Greens' policy.
Supplementary. Does the Minister know whether the methods currently used by the Department of Corrections for ethnicity data collection are giving an accurate view of who is in prison?
Well, I don't have that detail to hand, Mr. Speaker, but I certainly can confirm that corrections and the broader justice sector are very focused primarily on reducing the number of victims of crime, regardless of their ethnicity. Unlike the previous government, which had a focus on reducing the number of people in prison, irrespective of what was going on in the community. And so our focus is on reducing the number of victims of crime.
Supplementary. What evidence does he have that a higher prison population makes Māori safer?
Well, if you're wanting to reduce the number of victims of crime, a very good place to start is with that very, very small group of New Zealand society, or that small section of New Zealand society that creates multiple victims over and over again. And so the primary focus is effective rehabilitation of people who have been involved in violent crime. But there are some people that need to be kept out of society for a while so that the rest of society can be kept safe. And that is a pretty important part of our justice response.
Supplementary. Supplementary.
Supplementary, the Honourable Nicole McKee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Is it this government's position that if someone does the crime, then they're going to do the time, regardless of their ethnicity?
Yes, indeed, that is our position, and it is not from a sole focus on the punitive side of justice, though that is important, but it is part of a broader focus of our justice sector response, which is to reduce the number of victims of crime. And the good news, Mr. Speaker, is that collectively in this country we're making great progress towards that target that the government has to reduce the overall number of victims of crime. When we came in at 185,000 New Zealanders suffering violent offences, we've reduced that down to 156,000 in the latest stats. That is still, Mr. Speaker, 156,000 too many New Zealanders, and we're determined to make further progress.
Supplementary.
Tamath Paul.
Was Moana Jackson wrong when he said, quote, "The majority of those behind bars are Māori and the system itself reflects a punishing and very real racism," end quote? Or does he accept that the overrepresentation of Māori in prisons is a reflection of structural racism? All of them. I've been to all of them. Every single one of them.
Hold on. Righto.
Mr. Speaker, as regards to structural racism, I would say that that's a very easy phrase for an academic to use. But I would say to the thousands of New Zealanders, Māori, Pākehā, and from a wide variety of ethnicities who get up early every morning to work at corrections or the courts, or in many parts of the justice sector, the suggestion that they are just mere cogs in the wheel of a structurally racist regime is an insult to those people who work hard every day to do the right thing for this country and to keep New Zealanders safe. And I don't think that's an appropriate way to reflect on their efforts.
Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston.
Could the Minister
Peters.
tell us exactly how many Māori accused did Moana Jackson ever defend at court?
Mr. Speaker...
No. Look. Thank you. Well, it's not... It's something you could put in a written question. I doubt the Minister's got that at hand. The supplementary, Honourable Nicole McKee.
Thank you. Can the Minister also confirm that Māori are disproportionately represented among the victims of crime? And would it help to go soft on the perpetrators for reasons of political correctness?
Well, yes, I can confirm that Māori are overrepresented amongst the victims of crime, and that is why this government is absolutely focused in its justice policy on reducing the number of victims of crime. That's what it's all about. And we have made good progress towards that goal, but we are very conscious of the fact, Mr. Speaker, there is a lot of progress yet to be made because New Zealanders deserve to feel safe in their communities. They do feel safer than they did a couple of years ago, but we can do so much better as a country, and that's why we're focused on a strong, clear consequences for crime.